welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Cromwell B. It's a tier 6 British premium medium tank. It's located on the south spawn of, well, it's not the south spawn actually, it's the defending spawn on Steps Assault, and it's under the command of Benzamaj. Now he's got a 75mm main gun capable of doing 135 alpha, penetrating 145mm with standard AP, and with the premium rounds he'll do 202mm of armour. And he does carry some HE rounds which will do 175 but only penetrate 38mm. Now this is a very fast medium capable of doing 64 kilometers an hour and is much often compared to the T3485M, which of course will do much more damage with its 85mm gun, does 180 alpha, but this thing is very quick indeed and really can outpace the T34s and can be used for wolf packs when you're in clan wars and the like. Okay, well he's managed to get up there. Now the Cromwell Berlin, or Cromwell B, was the first British tank that made it into Berlin, part of the 7th Armoured Division. They were the Desert Rats, and they made it into the capital, although the capital had already been seized by the Russians. And in fact, they made up 4 separate sectors in Berlin, which of course the Russian sector or Soviet sector. Then there was the British sector, the French sector, and lastly the American sector. Okay, he's decided he can't shoot at anything over in the other corner, so he's actually going to go after this Porlac tank. Suddenly appeared in the gully, and he's getting shots in that guy. That guy's distracted, and he's taking damage. He's not looking in our direction yet, but I think he probably will. He's more worried about that T3485M. Another Porlac tank's turned up. Now this could be quite lucrative, because if our guys keep those ones spotted, then Bane can actually hit them from long distance away. In fact, he's getting nice pens. Of course, he has got the penetration, although, yeah, that one hit the armour, and yeah, he's getting some ricochets now. Okay, that looked like it hit the tracks. That one went over. It's the problem is they're angled at the moment, which is making it difficult for him to get a pen. Okay, so we've got a tank that's to the east of us, the AMD, who should be able to tell us when the enemy tries to make a push around the corner. But for the moment, we can sit here and take pot shots at the enemy. Of course, it's an assault game, so it only lasts 10 minutes. And all we have to do is hold the enemy up, and we win the game. But I'm sure that Benzamaj wants to get some damage. Now, it's a tier 7 game with tier 6 tanks in it, so he's bottom tier. And that means he's got extra potential to earn more XP. Because, you know, every time you damage a tier higher tank, then you get 10% extra. And yes, the enemy is making a move now. The AMD's decided to come out of his position, and well, he's popped into our area, and that's tempted the T-34 to come up. Oh, now we took a hit from an AMD 178B on the enemy team way in the background, and we got spotted, but the T-3485M went down to our Jagdpanther. So the good news is we've lost one of the tanks, or one of the enemy tanks who are on that corner has gone. But we did take a small hit from the AMD 178B, and I think our fellow here is going to get in the way a little, so he's going to cramp our style. Plus we're not going to get any warning unless we poke our head around this corner. Okay, there's the enemy Panther. Oh, we got a pen at this distance. 120, which is a low roll. Actually, it was 121. Now, he doesn't want to leave this area because this one does give good cover. Plus, of course, you can quickly pull back if you need to. Reverse speed on this tank is 20 kilometers an hour. But when they're coming at this distance, he's going to get advance warning. Now, we're 2 tanks down on the enemy at the moment, so that means they do have the advantage. And there's a big battle going on the west side of the map. And we've only got 1 heavy tank in that area. Our OI decided to pick a different spot to fight, so we might have to go back and try and help our teammates to overcome that area soon. Oh, there's the other enemy. It's the AMD, and our AMD appeared to get a shot on him. Well, at least he highlighted him. Okay, that T-34-85 lost his turret. Blew up. One nice shot. Oh, the Excalibur's in a bit of trouble. And the AMD goes down to a ram. Okay, now, can we deal with this Excalibur? Well, this is going to be difficult. In fact, actually, I just think he's decided to try and force the Excalibur to come down from that corner. He's got to worry about that enemy as well, the Panther, because he might try to shoot us at long range. In fact, we're asking for help from the AMD. He's telling the guy to fall back, but the thing is that we really do need his help at the moment to try and keep that enemy Excalibur occupied whilst we try to drill holes in him. The Excalibur is still sitting up there, and now he's not watching us, and that's trouble for him because he takes one shot and two shots, and he goes out of the game to our AMX 1357. Okay, that's freed us up, and now we can move. Bane's only got one kill so far, but he's freed up one corner, and now we can go after that Panther. And if we get the Panther, then we can come up behind the enemy and start doing some serious damage to them. Okay, the AMX 1357's gone ahead of us. He's found the Panther, and yes, the Panther's occupied, but he's a one-shot now. So we really do need to get this Panther as quickly as we can. He's going to turn his gun in our direction. He took a hit. But, oh, look at this move. Very nice move. Very cool. Thought the guy was going to come around the corner. Bane managed to fool him by going around and flanking him. And now he's got behind him. He's occupied with the AMX. And the kill goes in. There you go. The kill shot goes to the AMD set 178B. And that's pretty astonishing, actually, because that guy's got virtually no hit points, but he gets the kill. Okay, he's going up north. I think he's going looking for other players. The thing is that there is nobody up north. We can see where they all are. The Easy 8's the next kill. He's in the gully. He's being faced off by the SMV CC-56, the Italian tank destroyer. And all we need to do now is try and drive in on him, kill him, and then we can go to the cap and start the resets. Okay, we're going to come up behind this one. We've been spotted. But he's pointing his gun in the wrong direction, and he's going to pay for that because he's going to take a hit and die. And there you go. So that's the second kill for Bane Submerge, but now he needs to get to the cap area. Now, luckily, we do have rocks in our favour, and some of the enemy tanks are actually going after our remainder of our guys. Oh, we just bounced around from the CS-44, and we got a KB-85. He goes down. The AMD got another kill. Now, one player is in the cap at the moment, and it turns out it's the CS-44, the guy who fired at us. So I think we're going to deal with this LTG first. One in. Two. And the kill shot. Yes! Nicely done. Okay. Now, just to get that reset, and that will be a defender medal if we do. We pop up like that, and he's looking the wrong way, and we go for the ram. Another 178. It did cost us, but it's worth it. And now we're going to reset this guy completely and send him back to the garage. One more shot, and that's a kill. There's only two enemies left. One of them's behind us, the Tiger P, and I don't know what he's doing at all because he's actually going in the wrong direction. And because we killed two tanks which are one tier higher, we've now got a Leather Slaves medal. There's the Tiger P. Now, that's a bit of a noobish thing to do. He's going to go down to one shot, and he's out. And that's an Oskins medal. That's for killing 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with one, which were one tier higher in a tier 6. And now there's only one enemy left, but it's a Nashorn. Now, he is a tier 6, but if we can get him, that would be nice. At the moment, we've got 5 kills showing. If we can get him as well, we get 6. He spotted us. There he is. He's in the bush. He's not looking at us. He's not looking at us. We can get him. Hello, Mr. Nashorn. Do you want a few shells? Express delivery. Okay, we're in the last minute. We're going to win this if the enemy can't cap out or if they can't kill us. There's only 2 of us left. He's looking towards us at the moment, but he can't see exactly where we're going to pop up. We've got 38 seconds left on the clock. More than enough time to pump a couple of rounds into him. Oh, he's coming up onto the ridgeline to find out where we are. We pump one in. And one more to kill. Yes! That's the Top Gun! And it wins the game for Benzemaj. And he thanks the SMV CC56 for letting him get the final kill. Well, that was a very exciting battle for Benzemaj against the clock in his Cromwell B. He got an ace tanker out of that one, as well as the duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, bruise the medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10 in this one. He also got a couple of other interesting medals. He got the Oskins medal for killing 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers which were at least 1 tier higher than his own tier, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and finally he got that Defender for taking down the CS44 in the cap and getting at least 70 defense points in the process. And he got a win rate of 17,913, which is very, very good indeed. Super Unicum standard and a lot more. And basically, he was carrying the team all the way. Let's have a look at team score. 3,819 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was the Yak Panther on his team with 2,278. The third highest damage was the CS44, which was the best scorer in the enemy team. He got 1,937. When it came to kills, well, Bane got that one as well. 6 kills to him. 3 kills went to the Yak Panther on his own team and also to the CS44 on the enemy team. And when it came to, and as we should say as well, the AMX 1357 also got 3 kills. And when it came to base XP, he was the only player to get over 1,000 base, and he got 1,832, which is a very high score for a very widely owned tank. Many people own the Cromwell B because it's so good and so fast. 924 went to the AMX 1357 and 784 went to the M6 on the enemy team. The SMV CC656, who let us get that final kill to get the Top Gun, he got a Spartan and a steel wall out of that game. He didn't get a single kill, but he let that kill go to Benzemaj, and of course then he picked up another medal, which was very kind of him indeed, because he could have taken out that Nashorn, but he didn't. Anyway, let's have a look at detail. He fired 41 rounds, got 35 direct hits on the enemy, 29 penetrations, damage of 3,819 hit points, of which 729 were at more than 300 meters. The shots that didn't pen, those are mostly the ones he was firing at the Porlac tanks in the center of the gully running down the center of the map. And yes, I can understand that. They were very well angled. The shells were bouncing off their very strong upper plate, because the Porlac tank is very heavily armed on the front. And so he was having a lot of difficulty trying to get those shells through. Plus, the Porlacs weren't being accommodating. They weren't pushing themselves forward enough that he could put the shells into the side. He could only bounce off the front of the armor. Anyway, he actually received 5 hits from the enemy, only 2 of which penetrated, 1 non-penetration. That was a shot from the CS44, which could have done a lot of damage. And he also received 2 hits by way of splash during the game, and 300 hit points blocked by armor. 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed, 628 hit points of damage resistance, and he got 100 defense points when he reset the cap multiple times, especially when he was side on to the CS44, pumping rounds into his side. Now, he did make a profit from that game, 29,450 credits, and that's despite the fact that he had to pay for consumables and ammunition resupply. And he also took away 4,946 XP as well, and a hefty bonus for this being a premium tank, so very nicely indeed. So as he said, an insane game with the Cromwell B, 4k damage, 6 kills. It's a very, very difficult tank to play well, but Bane did play this one well, and it just goes to show that a fast tank like a Cromwell B does have the advantage over the T-3485M, in that although that other tank can do a lot of damage with its alpha being 180, the Cromwell B is fast and it can move about the map all over the place, and it's got a reasonably good fire rate that it can reload and pump more shells into the enemy before they can do anything about it. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching!